Hello and welcome to Astronomy 10. This quick video is just meant to supplement this syllabus document and my announcements and get us started with the class. I got a bunch of things that I still need to post for you so you can hit the ground running, so to speak, but we still got to cover the basics, and I know some of you would want to do it in the video. So we have a breakdown of the points in the class. It's going to come from 14 homework assignments, 30 reading quizzes, 30 discussion posts, and 2 tests, which are, like midterms, and then 1 final comprehensive test, or exam, which covers everything. All of the dates of those tests and exam are laid out real clearly, so you can see those. So there's 2 days on them, or in the case of the final, 3 days, because it's going to be open that whole time, but it's a timed quiz format, just like the actual quizzes in Canvas. So once you start it, you can't pause it and restart it. So that's just your window of opportunity, and then the timer is going to be dependent on if it's the test or the final. I don't know if I specified the time, but I usually do 150 minutes for the test and 300 minutes for the final. Give you plenty of time to answer all the questions and to do a little bit of uploading, because just like the homework, there are some file upload questions on the actual examinations. All right? But that's getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, because let's lay down the basic framework of the class. It's all self-contained in Canvas. So you can see here that I've got the 0964 section open. This applies to both sections equally. I happen to have the same syllabus open as well, but here's the other tab. And so it doesn't matter which class you're actually in. Everything is going to be working the same, including the dates. So it's 6 weeks, and we're going to be laying out modules as we go. You can see that in this first week, that's of course the 10th, which is today, up through the 16th, coming Sunday. I've got 2 sets of modules. Each module is 2 chapters. So modules are either 2 or 3 chapters. They're never more than 3. And that's how the class is broken down, kind of like subdividing it to deal with all 30 of the chapters. Additionally, to keep that in mind, that means sometimes we have more chapters or less depending on the week. For example, we cover 4 chapters this week, and we're going to cover 4 next week, but then we cover 6 the week after that. And that, that kind of varies throughout. I think that's certainly a record there. Actually, no, we hit 6 then consecutively after that. So we kind of pick up and then keep doing 6. But in that case, rather than having heavily loaded modules, as you can see with the 2 weeks after test 1, I have 3 modules per week. All right, and there are some lighter chapters here as well. All right, there's always going to be 1 homework assignment per module, which means we'll have 2 homework problems this week. So far, that's the only thing I posted, but by the end of today, June 10th, I'll have a quiz, quizzes up, more discussions. Basically, what I need to do with this discussion right here, which I haven't published yet, but I'll show you real fast kind of what it's going to look like, is I just need to split it up into 2 separate ones and add a couple of questions to round it out so that there's a chapter 1 discussion and a chapter 2 discussion separately. I'm modifying this from a different version of the class. All right, so we'll have those two separate discussions. We'll also have 2 quizzes that will block right into this, or slot right into this module. That's going to be quiz for chapter 1 and quiz for chapter 2. They're all going to be multiple choice. They're all going to have 10 questions. Not terribly demanding, but definitely you'll do well on them if you do the reading, right? That's because they come from the book, and I think that's the best way to absorb the information. You can do the reading by heading over to the textbook, which I'll go back to this page in just a second. But you can head right over to the textbook if you haven't noticed it. Open it in a new tab. That's going to be the actual open source, OpenStax. But it's just a free textbook, so zero textbook cost. All right, and then so that's a great resource, and I highly recommend taking a look at it. But then also within the pages that cover the chapters, so every chapter has kind of like a content page. I call it chapter blank lecture slides and videos. It's going to have a video that I made. It's going to have some excellent videos that were made by a couple of other professors that are linked through like instructor resources from OpenStax, from like the instructor portal. And so you kind of have your choice of how you want to take a look at things. I draw from all of them. All of them draw from the book. There's a lot of consistency there. So lots of good things to look at. All right. I also want to start making some extra topic lectures. So there's a good chance if everything goes as planned in the next couple of days, I'll start posting those as well. They fall under chapters, but they don't have names that refer to the chapters. So those are something that I'm putting together, and I want to get those up. But of course, I need to get up your quizzes and your discussion questions for this week. So so far, homework 1, only thing posted, only thing due. It was previously due on the 12th, but I realized I had a little bit of leeway, so I made it due on the 13th. Exact due days you'll continue to see, but you're going to know that due dates always fall within the window of the week of the content. Maybe, for example, there could be something from chapters 1 through 4 that might be due on June 17th, the Monday after the week, if there's a little bit of overflow. But for the most part, everything's going to be within that 1 week, so you know when to expect, even though the exact due dates aren't listed on the syllabus, but they'll all be showing up here on Canvas, and you'll be able to see on your to-do list when they're coming up, when they're due. And then I put in some placeholder assignments. You can see there's a bunch of unpublished modules. I'll just be go ahead and publishing those as we go. There's some that I still need to add some links to them, but for the most part, I just need to do a little bit of fine tuning, and those will start going up. Now, to give you an idea of whoa, he says they're going to go up, but is it going to be like 5 days from now? What the heck, right? Well, chapters 3 and 4, its module will get published today or tomorrow, and so for the most part, all of the modules that are covered by, within that week will get posted at the very beginning of the week. And I'm going to stick to a Monday or Tuesday timeline there of getting them finalized and published. I'm always trying to add as much as I can, and I'm never happy with, everything until I can, add as much as I can at the last minute. And so I'll be continuing to do that. But I know that, you need to get out, get your assignments posted. You need to be able to, have your references. And so I won't continue to perfect things, up through Thursday or something. Instead, I'll get all the content up by Tuesday for that week. All right. And then, and the earliest due date that you would expect for content within a week would be Tuesday, and that actually is what I'm thinking for the chapter 1 quiz. I'm going to make that due on the 12th. Again, that's going to be posted later today on the 10th, so you'll have like a day and a half to do it, or a little bit more than that. And so that's really the tightest turnaround that you would see in terms of having something posted and having it due, say like 36, 40 hours later. For the most part, things that are going to be posted, they're going to be due, 3 or 4 days, even 5 or 6 days, 7 days later. Okay, maybe 7 is a little ambitious because again, I'm always trying to perfect things. I'm never happy with them. All right, so that's basically the idea. And just rounding out the course, making it all good for online content. I've taught it at some other schools online. I haven't taught it online here at Los Medanos, so I'm kind of porting everything over. And hopefully it all runs smoothly, and there's a lot, and there's really cool concepts. I was doing a lot of work before the semester started, really kind of, like I said, getting those extra topic lectures together, which was probably not the most practical thing to do, but it's just indicative of how interesting this topic is. There's so many cool things we can cover, from discussing the Big Bang to these really fascinating moons we have in our solar system that have future exploration missions sending to them to search for bacterial life and whatnot. So neat stuff, neat science. Great subject, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And that gives you kind of an idea of what to expect. So, just keep your eyes out on everything as I post it. Keep your eyes out for regular announcements coming from me. And I look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions, send me a message in Canvas rather than an email. I'll be clearing out emails, answering any of those, initial emails, obviously adding people to the class and any sort of initial issues with the class as well. But from now on, assuming that you get the word either through this video or a future announcement, I prefer messages in Canvas because that's where I always am, and that's where I'm updating things. That's where I'm doing my grading, and so it's a lot easier for me to kind of have that one-stop shop. So please send me a Canvas message if you have any questions about the course, or if you just want to check in about something. All right, that's it for now. Welcome again to Astronomy. Talk to y'all soon.